Hi, this is Billy RL, Real Life. I am coming to talk to you about two things today. The first thing is about this film, Sinners. I and the rest of the team, we all got into our two buses that are associated with the studio, and we went this past Saturday to go see the film. And, all of us team members, we had heard, a lot of rumors about don't go see this film because it's satanic and it's occultic and it gives off bad vibes. But we the team, knowing how we are, we like to judge for ourselves. So we went to see Sinners, and this was really a great film. It really was a great film. It was a great film because of the fact of the message, the story within the film, the story of who a lot of Black Americans are, who a lot of Irish people are in their background and Black people's background. And it really resonated with all of us because there are Irish team members that we have on our team. There are, of course, as myself and Katrina, there are, and others, there are Black team members we have on the team. So the film was really good. Um, it is a film that really is a good time, and it has a lot of teaching lessons in it as well. It teaches you about how music can bring up, the spirits and the ancestors of past, present, and future, especially if you have that talent of music within you. And so the film was really good. We really did enjoy it. It was nothing of the occultic as Christians and all of the Jesus people said it was going to be. It was nothing of that at all. And and the Irish team members, they were really excited because they were represented in the film through the character Remick. And then, of course, myself and Katrina and all of us other Black team members, we were excited because, we saw Stack and Smoke played by Michael Lee Jordan and Annie and those characters in there, and they represented us well as well. It was just a really good time. And then you had the white cast members who were in there, and they enjoyed Remick and Annie and Stack and Smoke as well. So the film was really great. It was a really good change of pace compared to the Illuminati occultic films that you see in theaters, and this was not it. This was not an Illuminati film. There was not an occultic film. You didn't see the all seeing eye symbolism in the background. You didn't see any, Luciferian homages to the in the background or in the scenes. This was just a film that highlighted the culture of Blacks and Irish people, and well, as long we believe that Irish people are Black too. So you might as well say just highlighted the culture of Black people because Irish people are Black. Gingers are Black. But anyway, it was a good film. It really was, and we really did enjoy it. And um, we want to say to all of you all out there, if you are Black or if you are Irish, don't run away from your culture. Voodoo is not bad. Voodoo is who you are. It is a part of you. The spirit is a part of you. When people say black girl magic, that's not just a slogan, that's an actual fact. Black girls, black women, we have magic. Black men have magic and the talents that they bring forth. Don't run away from that because some Christians says it's evil. There's nothing evil about voodoo. There's nothing evil about voodoo if you're using it for the right purposes of bringing forth the ancestors or trying to connect yourselves with, the past, the present, and the future, which is what the character Sammy was doing in the film through his music. It wasn't just his music. It was the fact that it was the black, and I will say the African American power that was within him that was infiltrated into the music. And this is why, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, in that one scene when he was singing the song Somebody Take Me, it wasn't to Lucifer, it was to the ancestors. And through him bringing that song forth, he was able to bring back the ancestors from past, present, and future. And that's the power that Black people have. Irish people have that same power. Again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film. Um, if you haven't seen the film, skip forward. But if you have seen the film, the character Rimmick, who was portraying the Irish vampire when he did his musical performance, and well, of course, the premise of the film was that he needed Sammy. But even with him doing that performance, that's a part of the culture of Irish people. And that was a culture that was forced out of the Irish people by Christians, because according to Christians, that was evil. And so, and it's not. So I say to all, I and the team, we say to all Black and Irish people, don't run away from your culture. There's nothing satanic about conjuring up the ancestors, the way Christians try to make it sound like in this film. There's nothing demonic about this film. No bad vibes are going to follow you home. If anything, you're going to go home, especially if you're Black or if you're Irish, you're going to go home feeling even more strengthened by seeing your culture on the screen and by the fact that you're seeing yourself represented on the screen and represented on the screen in a way where it's letting you know that you should embrace your culture, not run away from it. Because Christians have lost their culture. This is why they have no culture. They are under the hive mind of a fictional sky god. They have no identity. And so their identity is attached to their culture. So with them not having any identity, they have no culture. No matter they're Black, white, Spanish, they have no culture, they have no identity. But when you are in tune with your culture, you have an identity. When you are in tune with your culture, you know who you are, where you came from, and where you're going to. Even though, and as a friend of ours, uh, who has her own YouTube channel, she says, we are not the body and we're not the body. We are divine sparks, we're divine light beings. We know that, but still, divine sparks and light beings, they're, when we were, well, there are many lives we've had here on this earth. They were attached to a culture that strengthened that divine spark, that strengthened that divine light being. If you are Black, your Black/African culture strengthen your divine spark and your divine light being. That is you. It strengthen your abilities. The same thing if you're Irish. So don't run away from that, because to run away from that is what Enki and Marty wants you to run away from your culture, which strengthens your abilities, your power that you have, your spiritual power that you have. When you run away from your culture, you're running away from the power that you have, the abilities that you have, because your abilities is tied to your culture, So this is what this film really was all about. When we saw it, I and the team saw it, we saw that this film was really teaching people to embrace their culture and to try to find ways to link to their culture. So this was a good film. We recommend everyone go see it. Do not listen to the pastors or Christians and all of these religious people who are saying, don't go see this film. They are so brain dead, it's not even funny. These are the same people who are descendants of the people of before who forced their religion on us. So, and don't listen to them. Go see this film. Please support this film, because even though this film has done so well financially already, um, this film continuously needs to get even more support, because it is a different type of film than we have all seen in so many years, where there's nothing evil, satanic, Illuminati about it. It's just teaching about culture and his history, past, present, and future. So, with that being said, this Saturday is our Dictator, his parade, his military parade. And again, I and the team are letting you all know tonight, go down there. You all see what's happening in LA. If any of that is happening or does happen where you are, please do not take part in it. I will say that eventually what is happening to the brown people will come to us, but it hasn't yet. And so, since it hasn't yet, this is not our fight. Let them handle it on their own. These Latinos, Hispanics, and Mexicans, let them handle it. That's their fight. Do not go down to these protests to do not go down there because you will get hurt and or killed, because this is why the dictator is sending the Marines to LA, and eventually he's going to send it to other states where these protests are going to take place at. These protests that are going to happen this Saturday, do not take part in them. Do not. I don't care how much you, and we can't stand the dictator in chief either, but we're not going down to these protests. We're not going down to that parade. We are not going to support a man who is trying to arrest a California governor for speaking out against the dictator. If you do go down to the parade or take part in the many protests of what happened this Saturday, you need to be aware that the dictator in chief has put out an order to shoot on sight, to euthanize on sight all Americans who try to get riled up. And that could happen during the parade. It could happen during the protests on the day of the parade. This is why we say no. Because at this point here, and it's sad to say, but it is real and it is true, at this point here, you're not going to fight this. You're not going to fight this dictator. The only way to fight this dictator, as we've said, I and the team have said some of that before, you're going to have the entire non-elite population to tap into their powers to be able to fight the dictator and all those with the dictator in order to win. And that's not going to happen. So there's no fighting against the dictator by protesting or going to the parade. You're not going to do. You're going to, all it's going to do is going to get you in a body bag. Stay up. You're not going to win that way by going and protesting against him, because if protests were going to work, it would have worked in February when they did it. It would have worked in January when they did it. So protesting is not going to help. And going down to the parade out of curiosity, for what? Because you don't know, you go down to the parade or go over to the parade out of curiosity, and what may happen is you may end up being one of the ones rounded up at the parade just for no reason at all, or may end up losing your life at the parade. Don't go down there. Don't, if you are still supporting this man, you're brain dead. Something's wrong with you. You're still supporting this man to everything that he is doing, because no one in their right minds are behind him at this point. And so the best thing to do is don't even watch it on television. If you want to watch, well, I want to find out what happened. Watch it after, maybe nail that night after it's over with. Don't watch it while it's in process and in progress, because what you're doing is you're giving him, even by watching it on television, you are giving him your support. And he does not need your support. In order for him to really feel like, hey, these people are not behind me, we have to tune him out. And so we're telling you, you all need to do this, because what is happening in LA, yes, it's a mixture of crisis actors down there, but a lot of innocent people down there are getting hurt. They're getting hurt, and it's happening right now. It is 10 o'clock in the morning over there. Uh, it's still going on right now. The chaos in California is going on right now, and it's going to spread California to Nevada to Arizona to Colorado and back and back and back. I hear Raleigh's planning on doing a protest on Saturday, and good grief, it will probably get broken out heavy and I will say this. I am a team suggest that you go and look up a speech. Well, a talk that Governor Gavin Newsom gave to a reporter recently about Trump and what he's doing to LA. And this is the first time we, as a whole, the whole team, heard Newsom really speak truth about Trump. If you want to know Trump's agenda, listen to Gavin Newsom's talk. Look up online, Gavin Newsom talks to a reporter, and maybe a Fox reporter, talks to a Fox reporter about Trump and the LA protests. And you will hear Gavin Newsom tells exactly what Trump's agenda is. His agenda is war. His agenda is death. His agenda is the population. And so do not support that. Don't go down to that parade. Now, for curiosity, you shouldn't, they aren't darn shouldn't go for support. Don't watch it on television. Tune him out completely. Do not go down to any protest that is happening anywhere on that day. Friday the 13th is this Friday. So, but they, and yes, and Friday the 13th is Friday, and the next day, that's when he's going to have this parade. Because even though Friday the 13th is on Friday, but they're going to continue to bad luck over on Saturday. This is why I'm telling you, and the team is telling you, stay away if you can. This is the weekend to stay at home. That's the weekend to stay at home. Don't even be on the streets because you don't know how things are going to turn out on Saturday. It could turn out to be the fact that he could have the military guard in every state just start roaming the streets. So just the best thing to do is on Saturday, stay home. Just for that one day, stay home. Don't go anywhere. Don't watch it, but parade on television. Just tune it out completely. And that's how we should carry this out when you do finally do go outside, if you go outside on Friday, Friday is Friday the 13th, you have to be alert. And if Friday the 13th is not just, oh, what's a day to be cautious because they made a movie about Jason Voorhees. No, Friday the 13th is an occultic day for them, for the elite, for the Luciferian elite. And so knowing that if you go out on Friday the 13th, you have to be extra cautious, extra alert. Then be aware of your surroundings, especially if you happen to go to a Walmart on Friday the 13th. Please be aware of your surroundings. You have to really start using your head because we are under a man now who, now, he's not the president anymore. He's a dictator. He's not President Trump anymore. He's Dictator Trump. That's what we're under now. And so, knowing that we are under that now, we have to start really being careful about steps, about places where we go, about things we tune into. We really have to do this. So, this is what I and the team wanted to bring you, the facts, the truth, and the knowledge, which all, absolutely all, equals to power. Power within you, power within yourself, power within your ISB, power within your essence of who you are. Until next time.